and welcome. Well, today, basically, want to speak on or just talk about the importance of speaking out. Why it's important for individuals like you and me to speak out, speak our mind, say what we think, so that our ideas and just the observations that we see around us are heard. Our perspectives. We need different perspectives if we want to develop, not only develop our others, right, but develop ourselves. And you know me, I'm all about seeing the best version of myself, seeing the best versions of others. So it means that it's best if our ideas and our thoughts, right, are heard. And with so many platforms out there, you've got Twitter, you've got Facebook, even though I don't use it myself, but you've got YouTube, right, Instagram. All these can be used to raise issues, to speak your mind, just what concerns you, talk about what things that concerns you, and things that you'd like to see probably change, or things that you yourself seem not to be happy about, right? But as long as you're also participating in these changes, changing yourself, developing yourself to be the best version of yourself, right? So, my idea right now is to use these platforms, right, for the better, and also encourage more people to be much more of producers, to produce more content, to have their thoughts and whatever the idea they have out there, right? So by using these platforms, you are able to capture a broader audience, uh, a broader a number of people who can probably critique your idea, or support your ideas. Now, there's nothing wrong with someone critiquing basically your idea, because that's when or how you can refine your ideas, right? Uh, Before your ideas can be taken in by the society that surrounds you or other people, you need to be able to put them out there and then for criticism. And then if you take those constructive criticism well, then you can now refine your ideas and then come back with or come out with better ideas, right? So it's very important. If you're good at speaking, you're good at writing, you're good at tweeting or whatever, right? Put it out there, because people want to hear different perspectives, right? They want to hear and see what others are saying about different things that are happening, right? So I'm encouraging people to start speaking on different topics that they think that they can add onto something, add value onto that particular topic, right? Because in so many ways, sometimes we just sit and complain about things without at least coming up with solutions, right? There's so many people out there who are solution oriented, right? We always talk about people who are complaining and all that. However, there are people who have good ideas, but they're not seen, they're not heard. Why? Because certain platforms and certain media, right, they only want certain type of people, right? That's what you see. That's why, yeah, I stopped listening to a lot of mainstream news outlets and mainstream media, because they only want certain people to speak on certain topics. And if you have a different idea or a different you're going against the grain, then they are not going to listen to you, because a lot of these medias, a lot of these other platforms, basically, they're not going to support things that go against popular ideas, right? That are out there, that are outdated probably, or ideas that are made to to be propaganda. Because let's face it, a lot of old media, a lot of traditional media are now just basically used for propaganda, right? And these new medias have now have given ability to people to speak different talking points, right? Different ideas, right? So I encourage people to come up with the ideas, put them out there, even if it's a tweet, right? Even if it's a video like this, it doesn't matter, as long as you're speaking your mind, so that um, people can have a different perspective. We don't, if we really don't want to see uh, the same old speaking point, right? That's why people are now really starting to move away from traditional media, from the mainstream media, because it's just agenda based. That's it. It's nothing but agenda. They've got the same thing going over and over, speaking about the same thing, and nothing different. So I'm encouraging everyone, or people, especially in these sides of the world, in Africa, East Africa, West Africa, whatever, to speak their mind. I was even encouraging myself to do so, to do more of it, when I heard more people from all over the world, basically from all over Africa, speaking on the current events that was happening in West Africa, the coups and all that. So I was getting different perspective when I was listening to these thoughts and these ideas, right, and perspective, right, with what was happening in places like Gabon, places like Niger, all those places that were a few weeks back. There was these sort of coups and all that. So you could listen, and then this will also teach you how to really. In fact, it's very important to also teach ourselves to deduce, because if we only take in the same sort of talking points from just one media, right, or just one source, we will not be able to understand different perspective, right? It's very crucial to do so, because we are able to deduce. We have to learn how to deduce and know how to filter out different sort of ideas, and the only way you can do that is to listen to different perspective, and then you're able to take those ideas and really refine them to see what would work for you, or what is truth and what is not the truth. People who are only stuck with one type of idea, people who are only stuck with the same sort of talking points, right, usually just have one sort of source of where they find the information, which is very dangerous, because that's how you get programmed into thinking a certain way. You get programmed into thinking that other people are not a certain way, and certain people are a certain way, right? So it's important that you take different perspective from different people, and it's not that if you take those different perspective, it's not to believe, or really take them as your own beliefs or anything. It's to listen, and so that you can know, okay, do you be able to understand that even your own belief system may be wrong. So you have to be able to think that you can be wrong, or the people you trust or the media that you trust could be wrong. And that's where a lot of people are unable to understand that certain outlets, certain media could be wrong, right? So you get different perspective and then be able to use your own filtering mechanism or whatever, your own research to deduce and come up with your own answers. And that's the best way, because it's much more of course it's tedious, because you have to go through a lot of things. You don't just absorb, you're not just absorbing things, you're not just taking things in and then allowing those things to be what they are and to be the truth. They may be wrong, right? Not everyone is right. I myself may be wrong, right? But it's best to come up with your own way of thinking, your own way of deducing and filtering, so that you come to the truth, right? And at the end of the day, the truth is what matters. So these other medias, different medias, have ways to be propaganda, right? Or ways to sway you into thinking a certain way, right? And that's why it's very dangerous to just listen to only those sort of people, or to just one group of people, because you'll have a group mentality. And the problem with having this group mentality, and this is what a lot of medias and a lot of people want, because once you have a group mentality, you're unable to think out the box. What happens is that you are easily controlled, of course, by these media outlets, because let's remember, a lot of mainstream media especially are sponsored by a lot of corporates. Now corporates are about business. If they get you to think a certain way, right? If they allow you to think a certain way, then it'll be easy to manipulate you and sell you stuff, and that's the whole agenda, right? So of course it's business and all that. However, once you're able to think a certain way, you allow people to make you feel, or probably create certain thoughts on you, then you'll be easily manipulated and controlled. Then you're really not thinking for yourself. So it's best when you're thinking for yourself, so that you know how to maneuver, how to get to where you want to go, and how to think. So I'm going to stop there, and just going to conclude on this. And my conclusion is that do your own research. Don't totally trust, especially the popular media and popular outlets, right? Take inventory of different perspective, right? Then from there, you can also criticize or rethink what you know, right? Is what you believe really true, right? Then should I change my mind? This is thinking out the box, because if you're able to change your mind and then think that, okay, I might be wrong on something, then this is how you're going to grow your mindset. You cannot grow your mindset if you're stuck in the same way of thinking over and over. So yeah, that was my message for today, and hopefully this was adding value to you. And till next time, peace.